Hi guys, it's Mrs. McCarty. I've had a couple of people read stories to you that I thought you would enjoy and that we can use for comprehension and other projects here in a few days. Another dear friend of mine and a huge influence on me and Johnson County, Mrs. Sandra Music, has taken time out of her day to read a really wonderful story to you. This is about being a leader. Do you know what it means to be a leader? How can you be a leader? Every one of you have the ability to be a leader, and in some ways, you already are. Please enjoy this story by Mrs. Sandra Music. It is an amazing story about being a leader, what it takes to be one, and how you can help others. A great leader helps those around them, and Mrs. Sandra Music is one of those. She's not only a great educator, a great friend, but a huge influence. So please take the time to watch this video, enjoy it, listen to the story, and we're going to answer some questions about it. I'm so proud of you all. I love you all dearly, and I miss you.
Hey guys and gals, Miss Music here. I wanted to read a story for you today. And the name of this one is called The 7 Habits of Happy Kids. It's by Sean Covey. The author is Sean Covey. And one of my favorite books because it outlines the 7 habits that make students or kids feel happy and healthy. But it's also not just for children, it's for any age. The 7 habits are for any age. And this particular book actually has 7 stories in it around characters that display or don't display the 7 habits. The particular one I'm going to read to you today is called Sleepy Sophie. Hope you enjoy it. One sunny day at Mountainville Elementary, while Mrs. Hoot was teaching about the letter Z, Sophie fell fast asleep. Mrs. Hoot walked over and gently tickled her with a feather. "Wake up, Sophie," she said. Sophie opened her eyes. She blinked, trying to remember where she was. "Didn't you get enough sleep last night?" asked Mrs. Hoot. "I guess not," said Sophie. She yawned. "I'll go to bed early tonight." On the way home from school, Sammy said, "Wow, sis, I can't believe you fell asleep in class today. That was so embarrassing." "I know," said Sophie, "but I'm feeling so fatigued." "Fatigued?" asked Sammy. "Tired," said Sophie. "I've been feeling very tired." "Duh. That's because you stay up all night reading under the covers. Mom should take your flashlight away." "But reading is the spice of life," said Sophie. "I didn't know books were spicy," said Sammy. "I just thought Mexican food was." "Never mind," said Sophie, rolling her eyes. "Let's just hurry home so I can get a nap." When they got to their tree, Sophie lay down on the couch. Then she saw a book. She just had to pick it up. Knock, knock. Lily was at the door. "Want to color?" she asked. "I have some new coloring books." "No, thanks," said Sophie. "I'm exhausted. Maybe tomorrow." "Okay," said Lily. "I'm off to Allie's." After Lily left, Sophie picked up her book again. Knock, knock. Sophie sighed. Jumper was at the door. "Want a ride box?" he asked. "No, thanks," said Sophie. "I don't have any energy." "That's terrible," said Jumper. "You need vitamins." "I need a nap," said Sophie. "Gotcha," said Jumper. "I'll come by tomorrow and see if you've bounced back." Jumper dashed off and Sophie picked up her book again. Knock, knock. Pokey was at the door. "I've learned to play a new tune," he said. "Let's walk to Fisheye Lake and you can lie down and look at the sky while I'll play for you." "I don't have time for that," said Sophie. "I'm busy reading." You can't read all the time," said Pokey. "Sometimes you just got to listen to music and look at the clouds." "Maybe another time," said Sophie. "Okay," said Pokey. "See you around." Pokey left and Sophie picked up her book again. But before she knew it, she was fast asleep. When it was time for dinner, Sophie's mother shook her awake. You've been asleep a long time, said Mom. She touched Sophie's forehead. Do you feel okay? I'm just kind of worn out, said Sophie. Said Mom. I think you're spending too much time reading. Reading is a great thing, but you need balance in your life. You need to find things that don't just have to do with your mind. What else is there? Asked Sophie. Well, there's your heart, your body, and your soul, said Mom. Tell me more, said Sophie. Well, you use your heart when you play with your friends, said Mom. And my body? Asked Sophie. You use your body when you exercise. And my soul? Asked Sophie. You use your soul when you find something quiet to do that makes you feel fresh inside, said Mom. You need to do all these things to get balance in your life. Said Sophie. Let me think about it. The next day, Sophie decided to call Lily. Do you still want to color? She asked. Sure, said Lily. Come to my house, and if we can have milk and cookies in my backyard, too. Sophie spent all morning at Lily's. When it was time to leave, she said, it was really fun being with you, Lily. You're a good friend, and you make my heart feel good, too. Later that day, Sophie went to Jumper's house. My body needs exercise, she said. Do you want to ride bikes now? Oh, yeah, said Jumper. Let's ride. After Sophie and Jumper biked around Seven Oaks, Sophie said, Thanks, Jumper. I really enjoyed the workout. My body feels better, and I feel balance coming into my life. Let's do this again sometime. Awesome, said Jumper. Now I have to think of something good for my soul. Thought Sophie. I want to listen to music and watch the clouds. Where's Pokey? Sophie found Pokey lying in his hammock. I'm ready to go to the lake and hear your new tune now, Sophie said. When they got to Fish Eye Lake, Pokey played his harmonica. Sophie lay in the grass and looked at the clouds. She let her mind drift. She thought about butterflies. She thought about flowers. She thought about going home. Thanks, Pokey, she said. Your music was good for my soul, but now I have to go. After Sophie got home, her mother asked, How was your day? Balance, said Sophie. I used my heart when I colored with Lily. I used my body when I banked with Jumper, and I listened to Pokey's music with my soul. I'm feeling much better, but now I need to relax. Relax how? Asked Mom. It's time to use my mind again, said Sophie. I think I'll get a book. This, again, is one of my favorite stories because it talks about the seventh habit of the seven habits. This tree is called the Seven Habits tree, and you may have learned about it in school or maybe not, but you can find this tree if you Google online. It's called the Seven Habits tree, and the seventh habit is actually sharpening the saw. And so what Sophie's mom was trying to tell her in the story was it's important to use your mind, and you should use your mind every day. And I bet you are when you're doing your NTI work or when you're reading your favorite book. But there's also some other ways to stay balanced in your life. You need to do some things for your heart, do some things for your body, do some things for your soul. And they give you some examples in the story, but you can also think of some examples yourself. So what I would like for you to do is think about the next week, this week, and plan a week, 5 days of what you can do for those 4 things. Think about a car. A car has 4 tires, and a car needs all 4 tires to be balanced and to roll forward to get us where we're going. Well, our bodies are exactly the same. We need balance in our life. We need to sharpen the saw. And how we do that is with our mind, our heart, our body, and our soul. So think of ways that you can ensure that your heart is good. Like calling or talking to a friend, or sitting and playing a game with maybe one of your parents, or a sibling. So ways to make your heart feel good. Doing something for others, writing a note to your teacher, anything like that is good for the heart. Also, good for the mind is anything you do when you're using your mind, like reading. And then your body, of course, we need exercise, we need good food, and we need enough sleep. So think about ways that you can make your body more healthy by doing those things every day. And then the last is your soul. What can you do for your soul or your spirit that makes you feel good? Those are those things that you can do, like listening to music or attending a church service, or anything that makes your spirit feel good or your soul feel good. So I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you enjoyed learning about one of the 7 habits. And take time to maybe talk with your teacher or to get online and learn more about the 7 habits of happy kids. Hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you're enjoying your time at home learning and with your families.